Welcome viewers, I'm Pushpendra Mehta, Executive Writer at CTM File, a prominent corporate treasury news site and the host of the Open Treasury podcast. The fast-paced growth of technology has propelled payments to the forefront of corporate treasury and finance. However, this growth has also resulted in a marked increase in both existing and emerging forms of payments fraud, presenting a serious concern for finance chiefs, treasurers, and their teams. As payment fraud becomes more sophisticated, intricate, deceptive, widespread, and expensive, it is imperative for business leaders, finance and treasury executives to stay vigilant and well-informed. In this video, we'll cover 5 critical insights that will equip CFOs and corporate treasurers to confront payments fraud threats and protect their organizations from financial and reputational harm. First, the paradox of artificial intelligence or AI in payments fraud prevention. The role of AI in payments fraud reveals a striking duality. On one hand, AI is being harnessed by criminals to carry fraud. On the other, it serves as a powerful tool and vital ally for detecting and thwarting such fraud. This paradox underscores the ongoing battle between AI being used to engineer payments fraud and its potential to become a formidable asset in the fight against payments fraud. As we observe the dilemma of AI being exploited to perpetrate payments fraud versus being used to safeguard against such threats, we are likely to see advancements in AI technology tilt the scales in favor of AI-powered fraud prevention solutions that identify and neutralize payments fraud before it leads to substantial financial losses and reputational damage for corporations worldwide. In recent times, the use of generative and predictive AI in fraud prevention systems have captured the attention of finance professionals, treasury departments, and cybersecurity experts. According to the Payments Intelligence Generative AI Tracker, can generative AI break the payments fraud cycle? Generative AI could become a cornerstone of modern payments fraud prevention strategies, promising significant improvements in accuracy, efficiency, and cost savings. Simultaneously, predictive AI has achieved nearly prerequisite status in recent years for modern fraud detection. Generative AI and predictive AI serve unique but complementary purposes in combating payments fraud. However, as these technologies converge and their effectiveness improves, the payments landscape will move closer to a watershed moment when the opportunity cost of even attempting payments fraud will likely far outweigh the potential gains, the Payments Intelligence Generative AI Tracker suggests. As generative and predictive AI continue to advance, the paradox of AI's dual role in payments fraud becomes even more pronounced. While the escalating sophistication and creativity of AI-enabled attackers pose a pervasive threat, the Payments Intelligence Generative AI Tracker reckons that AI's proficiency in uncovering nuanced patterns, identifying complex fraud schemes across multiple accounts or channels, as well as generating synthetic data and identities can augment the precision and speed of fraud detection. By doing so, AI has the potential to not just counter but outpace fraud attempts, ensuring robust payments security. The second crucial insight is that employees are either your best defense against payments fraud or the weakest link. Fraud is a significant threat to corporations, with the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners or ACFE estimating that it accounts for 5% of a typical organization's annual revenue. The question is no longer if fraud will occur, but when it will occur within an organization, which is why proactive measures are critical. Organizations that gain the upper hand against payments fraud demonstrate, among other factors, responsible employee behavior represented by specific, ongoing, and updated payments security training, along with a solid understanding and awareness of fraud prevention. This approach makes organizational staff the first line of and best defense against fraud. Conversely, insufficient or ineffective employee payment security training, as well as uninformed or careless employee behavior, can engender payments fraud and play a major role in exposing businesses to risks and vulnerabilities from within, thus making employees the weakest link in payment security and fraud prevention. Cybercriminals are infiltrating corporations, focusing on key executives, systems, networks, servers, data, and infrastructure to orchestrate payments fraud. In fact, payments fraud worldwide is predicted to reach US $40.62 billion by 2027, highlighting the growing risk. As payments fraud attacks become more frequent and targeted, with payouts greater than ever, CFOs, corporate treasurers, and their teams are expected to ramp up efforts and strengthen their commitment to payment security. In this context, gaining a thorough understanding of the most prevalent and emerging types of payment fraud will facilitate a strategic preventive stance that enhances both detection and protection against payments fraud. Moreover, consistent and specialized payments fraud training, such as that offered through SecureTreasury.com, will assist corporate treasury professionals in combating payments fraud, thus minimizing the financial impact in the fast-changing payments landscape. The third critical insight is that the Treasury Department is often the first to detect payments fraud. Considered the superintendent of payment security, the Treasury Department plays a crucial role in uncovering fraud. As per the Association for Financial Professionals, or AFP's 2023 Payments Fraud and Control Survey report, Treasury is the department most likely to detect both attempted and actual payments fraud activity, with 61% of cases identified by them, followed by accounts payable at 47%. This isn't surprising given that these two teams are the ones most frequently scrutinizing and reviewing payment transactions. The Accounting and Controllers Department, identifying 27% of payment fraud cases, also contributed to uncovering both attempted and actual fraud. Additionally, departments such as accounts receivable, sales operations, audit, procurement, and human resources have also played a role in discovering instances of payments fraud. The fourth vital takeaway is that US companies are prepared to cut ties with organizations impacted by payments fraud. Payments fraud isn't just a financial issue, it's a deal breaker for business relationships. Trustpair's Fraud in the Cyber Era 2024 Fraud Trends and Insights Survey report reveals that 2/3 of US companies, or 66%, would sever ties with an organization that falls victim to payments fraud and loses their payment. But here's the thing, financial loss isn't their only concern. Payments fraud is putting business relationships at greater risk. C-level finance and treasury leaders are particularly troubled by reputational damage. The Trustpair report highlights that this concern centers on key stakeholders: customers at 51%, investors at 50%, and suppliers and vendors at 45%. And the long-term impact? A significant loss of business activity. Vendor fraud is another pressing challenge, accounting for 47% of cases and ranking among the top 3 fraud types. Here's how it works. Fraudsters redirect vendor payments to their own accounts, leaving vendors unpaid or delaying payments. The fallout: buyer-supplier relationships are strained, and the damage often extends beyond finances, potentially tarnishing trusted associations. The fifth major insight is that banks view payments fraud risk as the leading operational challenge for their corporate clients. According to the 2024 Treasury Perspective Survey report produced by Strategic Treasurer and underwritten by TD Bank, 77% of bank respondents cite risk of payments fraud and cybersecurity threats as their primary operational challenge for their corporate clients. This likely explains why both bank and corporate respondents rank security and control over payments as the most important payments feature. In conclusion, as global real-time payments continue to grow, there's a significant downside. Faster payments mean faster fraud. With skilled, well-funded bad actors increasingly targeting large companies and finding new ways to evade detection, it's crucial for multinational corporations to step up. They need to increase automation, invest in fraud risk analytics solutions, commit to ongoing and specialized payments fraud training, and adopt enduring principles for securing their payment processes amidst constantly evolving threats. By incorporating these measures, CFOs, corporate treasurers, and their teams will be empowered to combat cyber criminals in 2025 and beyond, protecting their organization's reputation and safeguarding their business relationships. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, please give it a like, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel. Also be sure to listen to the Open Treasury podcast and explore articles, interviews, and industry roundups on ctmfile.com, your trusted source for corporate treasury news. Thank you again and have a great week ahead.